Breaking news out of the Yankees development system. George Lombard Jr., currently the most promising player in the organization, has just taken a step that could alter the trajectory of the future in New York. After just 24 games in the 2025 season, the 19-year-old infielder has been promoted from High A to Double A Somerset. It's the kind of move the Yankees make when they see something that can no longer be ignored. According to ESPN's Jeff Passan, the decision came as a result of Lombard's scorching performance in the early weeks of the season. His stat line speaks for itself. A .329 batting average, a .495 on-base percentage, and a .488 slugging percentage. He has 1 home run, 10 extra base hits, and 13 RBIs. But perhaps most impressive is his strike zone discipline. Just 22 strikeouts and 23 walks. Those numbers on their own would already turn heads. But what makes the start to the year so special is the context. Lombard Jr. is only in his 3rd professional season, at the beginning of his 2nd full one, a 19-year-old being aggressively promoted by one of the most conservative franchises in MLB when it comes to player development. That's rare at the very least, and potentially revealing. If you're a Yankees fan and love staying on top of the rise of future stars, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We cover baseball from the inside out. Before the headlines, we dive into the making of legends, and you're part of that journey. The franchise's history with explosive prospects is no small thing. Derek Jeter, Aaron Judge, more recently Jasson Dominguez, all arrived carrying massive expectations, but each developed at his own pace. And now, with Dominguez having surpassed prospect status, a new name rises to the top of the farm system hierarchy. George Lombard Jr., the first-round pick in the 2023 draft, 26th overall, didn't come out of nowhere. Lombard grew up breathing baseball. His father, George Lombard, had a 6-year MLB career and is now a bench coach of the Detroit Tigers. But even coming from a baseball lineage, what Jr. is doing at the start of 2025 goes beyond genetics. It goes beyond athletic inheritance. It goes straight to the core of what the Yankees look for in a future infield leader. Scouting reports published by Brendan Cuddy of The Athletic point out what might not show up in the stat sheet. One evaluator said Lombard looks more confident, stands taller, shows a mature posture, and a clear plan every time he steps to the plate. He has a presence. You already know he was a high pick, but then he shows you why. That presence, that aura, is what separates good players from great careers. Still, the Yankees are keeping their feet on the ground. The plan, according to sources, is not to bring him up to the majors this year. As early as the promotion to Double A came, the club believes he still needs more reps, more adversity, more adaptation. And that makes sense. So far, Lombard Jr. has only played 147 professional games, none of them above Single A prior to 2025. The jump to Double A will be his biggest test yet. This is where pitchers start to exploit weaknesses, where the daily grind intensifies, where the margin for error shrinks. It's the first major filter in the system. But the very fact that he's there already says a lot. The Yankees don't accelerate prospects for nothing. When they decide to fast-track someone, it's because they believe he has the physical, technical, and mental tools to withstand the challenge. That alone puts George Lombard Jr. firmly in the spotlight moving forward. And it's worth remembering, this kind of movement within the Yankees farm system is a headline. It's not routine. It's not common. It's a sign that something special is brewing. Now the big question becomes, can Lombard maintain this performance at a tougher level? Will he continue to show plate discipline, strike zone command, and offensive impact? Or will he need time to adjust, adapt, and find his new rhythm? Drop your opinion in the comments about this moment in George Lombard Jr.'s career. Do you think he could move up to AAA this year? Should the Yankees play it safe with conservative path, or take a risk like they have with other top prospects in pivotal moments? Subscribe to the channel to follow every chapter of this story. Here, we cover the behind the scenes of baseball like we're watching a story unfold in real time. And you won't want to miss what could be the birth of the next Bronx star. The future may not be as far away as it once seemed. It's already begun, and it has a name: George Lombard Jr. What once seemed like a season of redemption for the Yankees may be turning into a test of survival. At the start of the year, there was hope. The roster, reinforced and balanced with youth and experience, carried the promise of a return to the World Series, a dream that no longer felt so distant. But the tide turned, and it turned fast. While the spotlight focused on the team's resurgence, something quiet yet powerful was happening offstage. The emergence of a new star, George Lombard Jr., just 19 years old, and the Yankees' 26th overall pick in the 2023 draft, was climbing the organizational ladder at a stunning pace. After a brief and efficient stint in High A in 2024, it took only 24 games this season for the front office to promote him to Double A Somerset. And it wasn't a symbolic move, it was strategic. Lombard Jr. posted eye-popping numbers, a .329 batting average, an absurd .495 OBP, a .488 slugging percentage, with 10 extra base hits, 13 RBIs, and more walks than strikeouts. The kid looked like he was seeing the game in slow motion. And it's not just raw talent. According to a scout who spoke to Brendan Cuddy of The Athletic, Lombard has presence. He stands taller. He's more confident. He looks like he has a plan. And when he steps on the field, he shows why he was such a high draft pick. This isn't just development. It's ascension. Still, as promising as he is, Lombard is only in his second full season as a pro. Just 147 games played in total, and none above single A before 2025. So despite the hype, the Yankees aren't planning to rush him to the majors. Not yet, but sometimes plans change. The Bronx is starting to shake with injuries, and they're not minor ones. The ace of the rotation, Garrett Cole, went down before the season even started. American League Rookie of the Year, Luis Gil, also suffered a major injury. Giancarlo Stanton and DJ LeMahieu still haven't taken the field. Jazz Chisholm Jr., one of the biggest offensive bets of the offseason, landed on the injured list, and early signs point to a long absence. Then came what might be the most painful blow of all. This past Saturday, Anthony Volpe dove for a routine ground ball, a play he's made hundreds of times. But this time, something happened. He felt a pop in his shoulder. The pain was immediate, and the uncertainty followed. Volpe is undergoing evaluation. He's expected to get an MRI in the coming days, but no one inside the organization seems confident about the outcome. Even he admitted he still doesn't know what exactly happened. And if Volpe is out for an extended period, things get dangerous. Because losing both Chisholm and Volpe creates a gaping hole in the heart of the Yankees infield. And the truth is, there's no ready-made answer on the big league roster. George Lombard Jr. is playing well, but Double A isn't the MLB. Throwing him in the eye of the storm too early could derail his development and the franchise's future plans. That's when a name emerges, and with it, an unexpected possibility. Bichette. Yes, that Bichette. The Blue Jays shortstop. One of the most talented players at his position in recent years. And according to Zach Pressel of Fansided, a name that might actually be available on the trade market, even for a division rival. Why? It starts with money. A lot of money. The Toronto Blue Jays just offered Vladimir Guerrero Jr. a $500 million extension, officially making him the face of the franchise. That changes everything. Bichette, whose $33 million contract expires at the end of the season, might now be too expensive to keep. On top of that, his offensive production dipped in 2024. And with the trade deadline approaching, the Blue Jays could be ready to listen to offers. The kind of tough decision only serious organizations make. Let go of a star before losing him for nothing. For the Yankees, this could be the move. The trade that shifts the direction of the season. With Volpe and Chisholm out, Bichette fits seamlessly into the lineup as a plug-and-play solution. He's young, experienced, and has delivered in big moments before. Of course, paying the right price and convincing Toronto to trade with a direct rival won't be easy. But the context might work in New York's favor. With a mix of injuries and urgency, the Yankees might be willing to offer more than other teams. And Toronto, knowing Bichette could walk for nothing after the season, might settle for less than usual. All of this puts Brian Cashman at a crossroads. stick with the original plan, and give young talent like George Lombard Jr. time to grow? Or act aggressively, bring in an established star like Bichette, and try to save the season now? It's a dilemma of timing. It's a dilemma of identity. And it's a dilemma that could define what the Yankees become moving forward. So now the question goes to you. What would you do if you were in charge of the Yankees? Would you trade for Bichette even with the risk of a short-term rental? Or would you bet on Lombard Jr.'s talent? Even if he's still raw? Let us know in the comments, because this debate is going to heat up. The season is just getting started, but the next few days could shape its destiny. And right here on the channel, we'll be tracking every move in real time. So hit subscribe, drop a like, and turn on those notifications. The storm is brewing, and where there's smoke, there might be a blockbuster trade on the horizon. Because in baseball, just like in life, everything can change in an instant. And maybe that instant started in Anthony Volpe's shoulder.